In the last episode, we decided to... What did we do? To not retake our provinces back, and instead fight with the fryhtans again. So, let's see what we can research. Ooh, I can get that. And let's play Seven Kingdoms II, the Frightened Walls. Okay, let's see. We have a Carthaginian. Do we need a Carthaginian? Town. No. Okay, I don't need that. What else do we have? That's a Persian. Lots of heroes, which is good. Ooh, that's great. That is actually useful. You, sir, will come in handy for this place. Which would free you for more mundane tasks, like building a fortress over here. He's competent at leadership, at least, so I'm not going to drop him entirely. But he's not... Yeah, he's too competent to just degrade him. Try to never degrade a village or a general. Just give him a batch of different soldiers to lead. Okay, we don't need Egyptian generals now. We need... What do I still need? Vikings and Indians, I believe. So we need to get that. What's the Japanese? That would be tempting, but we don't have a Japanese town, right? No. The fun thing about Egyptians is you can just create a town out of nothing. You can just hire one spy or soldier or whatever, have him build a town, and then just ices it up. Yeah. Just create people from nothingness, which is kind of fun. Okay, this guy is better than nothing, I guess. Here. Oh, that's something else we haven't seen here. Yeah, we can make royal units, so this guy would basically be in the next scenario. You can designate 10 people as royal units. I've never actually used that very often, to be honest. I think I should have, but it's just something I never got around to. We're also relatively close to figuring out the Egyptian wagon building. And we got a Viking axe thrower. Do I get a Viking melee guy? No. So the axe thrower it is. At least he's a bit slower than his man would be, so we can probably deal with that. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. And now we are getting into the fun bits. I want to have one of those, and I need one of those here as well. You build your fortress like right over here, maybe. Okay. Now that this is full, I actually want another general for this place, but I'm fine with it being the way it is right now. We'll get decent leaders sooner or later. I mean, I could just hire this guy. I really don't feel like doing that, though. I'm just hoping that one of those guys will eventually become a leader. Okay, let's hire troops here. We will still need to defeat those fryhtans after all. So, drop that. Okay, we need lots of men here. And this city is just full. So... this is the hero, who we will, by the way, designate as royal unit, because I would like to keep this guy around. I'm not sure if you get to keep the heroes around, but it's worth a shot. There's always something to do for heroes, and since we're Egyptians, we might even get around in a town that doesn't have Egyptians. Like, naturally. Also, let's just prepare a batch of those guys. Wasn't there an Egyptian hero here earlier? Ah, damn, we missed him. Okay. Actually, you go here and build me a city. I'll slap you some badges. Egyptian king, once the Viking general has arrived there, we'll probably we'll move him over here and have him build an army there and build a fortress and all the fun things, so we have more money, because right now we are not doing too well on the money department, and this mine is, unlike the last one, pretty much empty. Okay, it's kind of tricky now. Part of me hopes to actually or tries to build this up as quick as possible, and another part tries to go slow because we are bleeding away money. Also, thank goodness for fixing that, or thank Enlight for fixing that. If this were still the old version, they would probably get stuck on this mountain, so I would have to manually guide them around. They probably wouldn't get stuck on those, although I believe I've also seen that yet already. But yeah, this would have probably totally messed up their pathfinding, and they would just sit here forever. It would also work with the fryhtans, though. If you're lucky, they would be spawned next to a mountainside, and you'd just basically they would sortie, and then they wouldn't get anywhere because they just couldn't get through the mountains, and they would just stand there until you decided you had the army to pick them off. Which is hilarious, don't get me wrong, but it's also kind of boring. Also, my king is now not protected. I am not a friend of that, so let's get him into protection again. Pretty quick, please. Here would be nice. Obviously, you don't have to raise your king as a loyal unit, and you also can't mark civilians as royal units. Also, my seat of power is idle. Time to fix that. What we need is people. Loads of them. Okay, this place is done. Almost. With this batch, we should have all we need. And we already have a potential general for the next fortress, which should be here. I always try to go with those people if I don't find a hero in the inns, which I should probably check by now. This guy would also do. Well, now he's gone, so he won't do. Okay, do we have any decent leaders here? Well, not quite. Ooh, they're splitting. That's not a good sign to start with. That's not a good thing to see. It's also not a good thing to see is the very, very slow build-up of leadership qualities here. I'll have to support that a bit. Okay, build me one of those. Do I have a time limit here? If the hero is killed, you lose this. That's good to know. That is really good to know. Speaking of the hero, we might need him soon. Where is my... Okay, you go back. Start creating people. Okay, the fortress will do most of the dirty work for me, I hope. So, yeah, I'm hoping this works out. It, of course, won't. Of course it doesn't, so we'll have to help those guys. We'll have to help those guys out. I guess those soldiers weren't trained enough, which kind of sucks. Wow, those people don't have a scratch. That sucks. If you could fix that. Okay, we must not lose this town. That's pretty much all we care about right now. Luckily, we can replenish that. Also, how's my countdown doing? 4 minutes, okay. Yeah, this guy has to reach the fortress. That's good. Could you... Oh, you can't rebuild that as of yet. Okay, we killed one of them. I was expecting them to be a bit weaker, or my soldiers to be a bit stronger. Hurry up, man. I'm not too worried about this hero, by the way. He is fairly strong, and I'm going to tell him to get the hell back at 50% health. And Oh, we also need an Indian. Do I have an Indian general? Yes, great. Might want to start training troops here. Also, the lady should probably get her ass over here. And you, hurry up, man. Hurry the fuck up. I was hoping these defenders would be a bit stronger. Hurry up. You need to kill. You need to kill something. Okay, kill this guy first. Let's see, we're picking off the weakest ones first. I guess that's a reasonable plan. And I don't think we have the Berserk attack skill yet. Can I even research that here? Let's see, where did I put my research tower? There we go. No technology. Okay, fine, we'll do ballista then. So we don't get the... oh, there's more Bregma around. Yeah, this guy shouldn't survive that. Great. If you're still in the mood for killing, go actually, no, go back. I would like those guys to replenish their strength first. I believe we need... Ooh, a cache of artifacts has been dug up. Ooh, that's some sexy stuff. You 3. Get that. That is some sexy stuff. And I want it. Maybe you don't go that way. You grab that, and you go back. Now, the Boots of Herm is actually a kind of useless artifact. I don't like them, because they tend to get your troops killed. That's what the Boots of Herm are good at. Because this soldier will be way quicker than the rest, and he will just get killed. Okay, now a Licht. No, not that place. You. I need 20 people from here. And another 20 from here. To move over here. Okay, I believe those guys are returning. Yeah, they seem to be on the way back. How many soldiers do you have? 10. So we need to train a few more. You should probably start building a mine here. And well, I don't actually like not having access to all those technologies. I must say I don't mind not having them that early, because it means you you keep having something to research over time. Okay, you suck at leading, people. You all suck at leading. Granted, they would get better over time, but we don't have time. We do not have time. No, don't do that. Do that. Okay, do I have a chariot general? No, I don't. I'm also sorry for my voice, it's really scratchy lately. I'm just realizing it again. Let me just drink something. I mean, not drink something because my bottle is empty. Shit. Okay. Shut up, cell phone. Let's reduce that to 5. Those guys are still building. Keep in mind you need peasants for that, like farmers. Workers actually don't build defensive structures. They basically just come from work and drop into bed so they can go back to work or so, I guess. They don't do anything else. They don't make food. They don't do anything. Okay? Oh, he has a beamer hive. I don't like this. Beamer hives are bad news. It both starts with a B, so yeah, bad news. I need the other elephants. But it doesn't hurt to have those technologies. I mean, I don't actually care about the war machines because you know I'm not going to use them. Okay, let's rebuild that. I didn't want those guys to go there automatically for now because I prefer those to actually to not leave their education building on their own while we are under attack. Also, that's not good. And your resource just spawned there. Did you see it? That means this mine is under 1,000 units. At least I believe that's how this is triggered. So once the mine drops below a certain threshold, I believe I just wasted another one charge on ISIS here. I believe I'd completely missed using her for the second pop, basically. So let's not do that again. Okay, you're still going. Market. Okay, we need more people. I actually only need 3 workers here because this is a tiny town. This is a miniature town, really. So, gonna add 1 more wagon just to get those guys started. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're not doing much more. Most of the population will be workers for a while because there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, and if those guys would recover... Actually, no. Okay, those are... If they don't turn, we can be pretty sure they're going for this town. Oh, what I would give for the Japanese seat of power now. However, we'll probably be able to intercept them about here. We should be faster. We wouldn't be if they... No, don't do that. We wouldn't be if they had the beamer, because beamer are the fastest units in the game. And I believe wagons and, although there's chariots and what are those? And the cheetahs. I forgot the name. With jaguars, not jaguars. Might actually be jaguars. Those are the second fastest in the game, if memory serves. And they can really pack a punch. I know they actually can't, but they're really quick. You can chase down most enemies with those. Okay, we lost how many? 3. So, 1, 2, 3. Once those are educated, we will look at the artifact there. See it here? And yeah, I just executed those guys because I don't need them. Okay. There is 1 more going here. And I think I forgot about ISIS again. Ah, damn it. There was just an Indian Mahatma there. Mahamatra, whatever. Let's take him and have him build a 4 here. At least we're getting a good general. Anybody here? No. That's a bit sad to see. We have nobody who shows any talent for leadership. Let's get a bunch of those preemptively, I guess. Okay. Now I could actually go and build markets all over the place here and just have people buy things, but right now we're basically doing fine. Mine has exhausted its iron deposit, which is to be expected. We'll reduce the amount of workers here. That's because the mine can still explode due to an accident if when the deposit is down. So it's always best to withdraw all the workers from it while you basically take down the remaining stores here. Okay. They shouldn't have made that much profit, so they should not be able to educate too many soldiers. However, we are going to attack them with both the I know that, both the chariots and the Nadam Mongol guys. I'm not too much a friend of using infantry once you have those advanced units. There's little point in using infantry from their own. I mean, you don't need to use infantry at all at that point. And the cavalry usually does better. It just does a better job at everything. More so if they have their berserk attack, which we don't right now, as much as I hate to see that. But we should actually retain all those technologies for the next battles, and I believe it might actually have been worth going for the king, or for the kingdom in the last decision, because I believe you might even retain scrolls of power. So if we had attacked the Roman kingdom and we would have nicked their scroll of power, we would have actually had this now, although we wouldn't have any Romans to command. But yeah, just, you get my point, yeah? Also, I'm way overdoing this episode, so I'll see you all next time. Bye.